So SK says something interesting. It says congestion pricing exists in many big cities. From what I remember in Milan and other cities in Europe, they do it for less the car pollution. Yeah, so that is sort of the pitch, right? That's the pitch. The pitch is we are going to charge you to discourage you from driving your vehicle, right? But, you know, I guess read between the lines. Look, I get what they're trying to do. I just think in the short term, I think it could hurt a lot of New Yorkers that are struggling. And if you look at the data, and tomorrow we're actually going to have a pretty cool stream because I actually get the real estate data out before the big news organizations get it, right? So before the Wall Street Journal, before, you know, the New York Post, you know, puts out, you know, what the New York City rent is, like the average rent, I have that data, right? Because I now work in the business. So the point is, at a time when an average rent in Manhattan is $5,000, okay? Even if you're making $100,000 a year here and you have a kid, maybe you have 2 kids, you're spending money on daycare, all this, we don't need to be adding and dumping more cost on local New Yorkers. Because what's gonna happen is it's gonna push regular New Yorkers out, and the only people that are gonna be able to afford to live here are extremely, extremely, extremely wealthy people and big, big foreign money. That's my only concern. Now, I get the premise, right? I'm not a big car guy. You guys know this. I don't really like cars. But I think we need to be more creative. That's the only thing I'll say. Guys, I don't know what happened. I think we need to stop talking about the congestion pricing because I think the NSA has been listening and they crashed our stream. All right, welcome to round 2. It's good to see everybody. Happy Labor Day. And let's get on to part 2 of the stream. Okay, give me one moment. Colton says, what's your thoughts on the over 13,000 empty apartments in New York City? So we've talked about that before. We've actually done an entire stream talking about that. I'll give you my take in just a moment. It's mainly due to the rent controls in the city. I actually know a few landlords that have like 70 units in an apartment building that are just completely vacant. And the reason for that, let me just put the... Okay, I apologize, guys. I don't know what happened. The stream just crashed out of nowhere. So here's a big problem in New York City, right? Landlords are sitting on a lot of inventory right now. Now you may be asking yourself, well, wait, if landlords are sitting on a lot of vacant inventory, well then why are rents near all-time record highs? Well, the particular inventory that they're sitting on is not rent ready. Meaning you couldn't physically rent it out because it needs a lot of money for repairs. Question number 2. You may be asking yourself, well, Tom, don't be an idiot. Why don't the landlords just invest the money, get it rent ready, and then rent it out? Well, it's a good question. One of the main reasons why they don't do that, as we're looking at a beautiful view of the Chrysler Building and One Vanderbilt, is because of the rent control laws in New York City, which essentially makes it, even if the landlords did invest the money to get these units rent ready, they wouldn't have an ROI, they wouldn't have a return on the investment. So it makes more sense to them financially just to leave the units totally vacant, which is kind of crazy. So again, we could go back and forth, right? I believe you guys know pretty, solidly where my beliefs stand. I'm a big free markets guy. And whenever you have government intervention in free markets, it really louses things up. So imagine if you didn't have any of these rent controls or any of these laws, and the free market decided the rents? Well, we would actually have a lot more inventory on the market. Landlords would invest the money to fix the units and put them up for rent. And basic laws of supply and demand here, well, as there's more supply on the market to meet the demand or to satiate that demand, well, guess what? Prices are gonna come down a little bit because there's a lot of inventory. Now, a double whammy to this problem is that very, very seldom in New York City do we build any affordable housing, mainly because the numbers just don't work. You need to build, that's why you're seeing a lot of these luxury developers are trying to get creative, and I'm actually working on some of these projects. Developers are trying to get creative to say, look, we will allocate 25% of this project to be affordable housing if you allow us to go through with these plans. And some of the local politicians are being really, really abrasive, and they're saying, nope, you have to make all of it affordable housing. And the developer, is sticking up the middle finger and saying, nope, now you get nothing. So it's either you take some affordable housing and we make a little bit of money, but this isn't the charity tank, right? We're not here to do charity. We're here to make money as a developer. And, over the course of the past couple of years, developers don't make all that much money as you would think. Margins have been really compressed in the business. So look, I'm not blaming one party over another. I think there's incompetence on both sides. So I'm not trying to point the finger and play the blame game. I'm not. But, we have a dichotomy of things happening here where you have very little inventory in Manhattan at a time where a lot of people want to be in New York City for obvious reasons. The job opportunities here are unmatched anywhere in the world pretty much. It's the highest paying jobs, the most opportunity, the best educational institutions are here, and we need more housing to accommodate all of these people, all this demand. So anyway, that's the show. Look at how gorgeous this looks. You're now overlooking the lawn at Bryant Park. It's very peaceful tonight. Right in front of us, we have the beautiful Salesforce Tower. Salesforce actually just reported earnings last week. We covered that extensively here on Walks on Wall Street. And then you have Bank of America Tower right here. It's beautiful. The city is fantastic. I mean, there's a reason why people want to be here, right? And you may say, oh, well, Tom, you're biased because you live in New York and you work in New York. And yeah, I guess I'm biased, but I believe what I say and I stand by it, right? There's a reason why I'm here. Does New York City have issues and problems and things that we could complain about? For sure. But doesn't every city have things that you could complain about? I think for what New York City has to offer, it's just really unmatched. I mean, the job opportunities, the competition, right? Part of the reason, if you've ever, I'm assuming everybody here has probably been in the working business. Maybe you own a company, maybe you're even a CEO of a company, or maybe you own a small business. Competition is very good and it's very healthy because it makes you elevate your own game. And the way I could explain New York City or being in New York is you're playing in the NBA, you're playing in the NFL. This is the big leagues here. This is the A team. All of the biggest talent and the top talent in the world is here. And every single day you're waking up and competing with those individuals, not only the best in the US, but the best in the entire world is right here. So when you have a collective of people that are so smart, educated, talented, and so diverse from all walks of life, I mean, that is just like, it's just like a beacon of opportunity. So yes, is there, political issues and nonsense going on? Is there a big problem with homelessness and fentanyl and drugs? Yes, of course. But the city's been like this and it's gone through cycles, just like how markets go through cycles, right? And there's going to be a new cycle and things are going to improve. We're going to get new mayors and it's going to be great. It's going to be clean. And then the cycle's going to repeat again. This is nothing new. It happens over and over and over. and it'll continue to happen. So these are the ping pong tables here. Some of the games get really competitive. Some people take this like crazy. Hey, NBA Elias, Tom. Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff threatens to pull Dreamforce from San Francisco. NBA Elias, we talked about that over the past couple streams. You're right. Which to me, I'll give you guys one more shot of the Empire, which to me is obviously a big concern because the biggest cheerleader for San Francisco is Mark Benioff, right? I think we could all agree on that. I mean, Mark Benioff, his family's been in San Francisco for generations. If you've read his book, Trailblazer, it's a phenomenal book. But San Francisco, I mean, you can't compare that to New York. I mean, what's going on there is crazy. And so you're starting to have a lot of corporate pressure to say, look, our employees don't even feel comfortable coming to work because it's so dangerous. There's so much, drugs and homelessness and violence that Mark Benioff is, as NBA Elias is saying, is threatening to relocate Dreamforce from San Francisco. If they do that, that's wild because, I mean, when you think Dreamforce, you think San Francisco. When you think Salesforce, you think San Francisco. So we'll see what happens. I think you're going to see a lot more corporate pressure on governments. You're already seeing it in New York. Jamie Dimon, I believe Larry Fink, who is the CEO of BlackRock, is putting pressure on Mayor Eric Adams. But not only Eric Adams, they're putting pressure on Governor Kathy Hochul to figure out this crazy situation we have going on in New York. All right, but if you guys have been enjoying the live stream so far tonight, part 2, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We usually do these walks and talks every night starting at 8:30. We'd love to have you here to join us. Hey, Susanna Q4 is here. FredX, what's up? All the way from Alaska. One more shot of One Vanderbilt. I guess another quick announcement for the stream. Since it is Monday, it's technically our Sunday Markets a Look Ahead stream tonight. But since it's Labor Day, we a little bit mixed up on the schedule. I've read a lot of the emails that I've been getting. I've listened to a lot of the feedback. And I think I agree with you guys. The overwhelming feedback I've been getting is you want to see what the city looks like during the day. And I want to try to be able to provide that to you. But unfortunately, I can't provide that live. We'll wait till the FDNY comes by. Hopefully everybody's all right. So what we'll start to do is at 6:45 or 6:40 Eastern time, New York time, we will continue to upload nightly New York City walking tours during the day. So if you want to take a break from work wherever you are around the world, if you join us here on Walks on Wall Street every night at 6:40, I will be uploading those detailed walking tours in the day, so you could sort of get an understanding of what the city looks like during the daytime. Let's see if we can get away from this rickshaw guy, this pedicab guy. Richard Vogel says, love the daytime videos. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you enjoy them. I think it'll be a nice change, right? Because even though I think we do a pretty good job of covering the city and explaining it at night. It does look totally different during the day, particularly for somebody who's never been here and it's going to be your first time traveling to New York. I think it's important you see it both at night, live, and pre-recorded during the day. So, hey, Sarah says, I walk on my treadmill while the night streams are live. Love all of the information about the city and the architecture. Hey, that's cool. That's a pretty good way to get your steps in, right? It's kind of like you're walking New York City right along with us. Love that. 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Hey, author says, really enjoy seeing New York City while hearing your reports on the market and investments. Cheers. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Hopefully you had a wonderful, what's it called? Labor Day. Perspective TV, I appreciate you, but we just can't put that kind of language in the chat. I'm gonna get banned, and it's just not good. Hey, Paul Yost, thank you so much. Mr. G says, New York City homeowners insurance, has the rates gone up above average versus pre-Big C? That's actually one thing I wanted to talk about tonight. According to Barron's, did anybody read Barron's this week? I'm trying to remember what the statistic was. I don't want to get it wrong. I know homeowners insurance year over year went up 20% on average. That's insanity. So in the United States, homeowners insurance, essentially what you pay for your premium every year, went up 20%. That's freaking wild. I can't quite remember what the average yearly cost was. But if you just Google Barron's homeowners insurance, it seems like everybody's, getting something's going on with people tonight. It seems like there was an ambulance on every block. Maybe it's Labor Day. Everybody's having a little bit too much to drink or something like that. Anyway, but that's why I always say it's important for you to calculate your own personal CPI number, because CPI in the United States peaked at around 9.1%, which is, just totally unacceptable. But it's come down quite significantly. It's come down all the way to about, 3.2%, I think was the last reading, 3.5. But that doesn't really encapsulate the whole picture. Like many Americans, you're probably homeowners. And your homeowners insurance, if it went up 20%, that's significant, particularly if you live in a place like Florida or California, where homeowners insurance really went up like crazy. So these are all important things that need to be talked about, because overhead, or your carry, has gone up significantly. Not only that, property taxes have gone up significantly due to the massive boom of housing prices post the Big C. Now, for all of our homeowners in the chat, this year, has your homeowners insurance gone up by a ridiculously insane amount? Now, mine actually hasn't. Mine actually went down a little bit, but mine is still totally egregious. I pay around $4,300 a year for homeowners insurance, just because my place is in Miami, Florida. But this year it went down. Not by a lot, maybe by a couple $100, but still, it went down. Whoa, Steve Young says mine went up 40%. Holy crap. Stephen Bates says it always goes up for me. JD says Florida homeowners insurance is ridiculous. It is, I can concur with that. Michael says, Tom, are you bullish on coal? I don't know. Am I bullish on coal? Like as an investment? Probably not. No. The 79FH. This is building insurance has gone up, which affects our maintenance fees. So you're talking about like your monthly carry for the HOA. Yeah, like when doesn't things go up, right? Yeah, if you live in a condo, I would assume maybe your monthly maintenance is continuing to go up. That's why it's important if you're looking to buy a condo or a co-op, you really need to pay attention to the financials of the building. Because let's just run through this scenario as we look at this crazy long line at Adele's Famous. Let's say if the building that you're purchasing or that you're buying into has almost no capital reserves. Very few people, you'd be surprised, actually look into this stuff and scrutinize it. That's why it's important when you're purchasing a condo or a co-op, you got to get a lawyer who's well versed into looking into this stuff. Because let's say if the building is older and it's coming up on the time where it needs a brand new HVAC system, but turns out there's almost no capital reserves in the bank. Well, guess what? If the HVAC system is, you know, almost 100 grand for the whole building or even more, well, you're gonna have a huge unexpected uptick in your maintenance fees. So it's important to really, really stay up to date on the financials of your building. It's a really good point. I know TD Purcell says I really want to buy stock in that food truck. I mean, God bless him. The line is all the way down to the News Corporation building. I hope they make 100 grand tonight. I hope they make $200,000 tonight. They deserve it. I mean, they're out there. I mean, every single night I see those guys out there breaking their back. Hey, Edwin, what's up? Yeah, they'll probably be getting dinner around midnight. That sounds about right. The 79FH says, yep, they call it a special assessment up here. Not fun. Definitely not fun. Wow, Vivian says, yes, I joined the homeowners board. Good for you. Now, me personally, when I was looking to purchase my first property, I was actually looking at some really nice condominium buildings in downtown Miami and Brickell. Super nice views, really nice. But I just can't deal with the HOA people. I just can't. I can't. It's just not at this stage in my life. I just don't need the stress. So I opted just to, you know, purchase something without an HOA, my own property. Unfortunately, in Manhattan, you really can't avoid that pretty much. Unless you're mega, mega wealthy and you could buy a townhouse or something. But pretty much everybody buys into co-ops and condos here just because it's a major city. Hey, James Davidson says, hello everybody from the Jersey Shore. What's up? Robert, good to see Robert. We are reporting live here from Radio City Music Hall. Absolutely beautiful. I know, Mr. G says no HOA BS. Hey, Krog Dog is here. Says condos are great for investments as long as the rent you charge covers the HOA and the mortgage. I would agree with that. Yeah, if you can make the numbers work, 1,000%. 1,000%. MBA Elias says, at what point does insurance inflation begin to affect the housing market? Mainstream media does not talk about the insurance inflation. Well, here's how I view it, but I'm more interested in what you guys think. There was a viewer on last night's stream, I believe. It's so humid. I'm not sure if anybody else shares the same view as me, but whenever it's really, really humid, my contact lenses get all squirrely. I don't know why that is. Hold on. Whenever there's high humidity, My contact lenses go all over the place. Anyway, many homeowners, assuming you don't have a mortgage, are now choosing to forego homeowners insurance. We sort of had this conversation a couple nights ago. But herein lies the problem. You can't forego homeowners insurance if you're not paying cash for the property. Now, I would never advise to forego homeowners insurance, so I'm not advocating for this. But if you're borrowing money from a bank, it's technically not your house. It's the bank's house, right? If you're putting 20% down on a property and the bank is giving you 80% of the money, it's not your house. It's the bank's house until you pay off the loan. So the bank, right, through their underwriting process, they're not going to give you, $250,000, whatever it is they're giving you, and allow you to go uninsured. They require that you have homeowners insurance to protect their investment, right? It's theirs. The bank owns the house until you pay that last payment. So the only way I could see it affecting the housing market is when people run the calculation, they're like, hey, this is just too expensive to insure the property. My monthly payment's gonna be so ridiculously high, I'm just better off renting for now. And if enough people do that, well, then maybe we'll start to see valuations drop. So far, we haven't really seen that. But the good news is prices are starting to actually come down. Both rents and valuations are just starting to come down, which is good news. Stephen Bates says that's what a mortgage is. You're taking care of the bank's house for them. Yeah, true. I mean, that in the literal sense, right? That's the literal sense. But that's one of the main reasons why they require homeowners insurance. Because let's say if the bank lends you all that money, right? I can't stand the vaping. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. I just don't understand it. But if the bank lends you all this money, and God forbid, the house burns down, well, guess what? The bank is now totally out of luck as well. They want to insure their investment. They want to make sure they're protected. This is 432 Park Avenue. Beautiful shot. Hey, Egypt, what's up? Joel PM, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining part 2 of the stream. We had a little bit of a crash on the stream tonight. Is that my friend Sabrina Fair joining us? Happy Labor Day. It's the Alliance Bernstein building. Sabrina Fair, where are you? You in Palm Beach now? I don't know why I'm saying that, but I feel as if you're spending some time down there in Palm Beach. Hope to be back in Miami next week. We'll see. I've been seeing so many of these scooters with no license plates. Like there's thousands of them all around the city. All right, we'll go up to Columbus Circle and then we will call it a night. Hey, Cayenne Pacific, what's up? Yeah, Mr. G, that's true. I wonder what it's like to be, I wonder what it's really, really like. This is a little bit off topic, but I'm just sort of piggybacking off of what that other chatter said. I wonder what it's really like to be a politician. Everybody pretty much that you come in contact with wants something out of you, right? And it's very, very easy for you to get corrupted, because once you're in, you have every mega bank in the entire world beating down your door to try to get a meeting with you, to grease your palms, to incorporate some sort of policy that'll benefit them. It's a very strange system, isn't it? It's a very, very strange system, this lobbying. I think the reason why, and look, I love the United States of America. It's the greatest country on earth, but it's not perfect. I think all of this lobbying really fouls the entire thing up. There's just too much corporate interest in everything. Like, how else do we have these politicians, both Republicans and Democrats, by the way? So I'm not like trying to say, oh, the Republicans are great. They're not. These people are like 90 years old. They're not even alive. They're just like a body. And behind that body is corporations. So you're not getting any real representation. You're getting a corpse, and behind the corpse is the interests of whoever has the most money. I mean, if you want to be honest, I mean, that's sort of how the game works, right? And the corpse, or the person that you voted for, that's in there for, 70 years, they just get dividends in the form of payments from the lobbyists if they obey the powers that be. It's super strange, isn't it? It's fucking weird. Anyway, hey, Jason Woodworth says, greetings from Kansas City. Thank you so much for your $5 donation. And happy Labor Day to you. Hopefully you enjoyed it today with your family and your friends. This is 111 West 57th Street. Now, I'm actually previewing this building this week, which I'm very excited about. If you look in the lobby, there's a model of the building. Isn't that cool? So this is actually a model, a mini model of the Steinway Tower. And check out how gorgeous that chandelier is. It's gorgeous. Somebody says I'm talking about Mitch McConnell. I'm talking about all of them, pretty much. Pretty much all of them. I promise I'm gonna get all of you down to Tribeca tomorrow. I just couldn't do it tonight. I gotta check the weather. Is it supposed to rain tomorrow in New York? Hopefully not, because I want to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. Let's check out what this project is gonna be. I think this is gonna be offices. Somewhere here. Yeah, let's check it out. Okay, anticipated completion is June of 2025. This doesn't look like condominiums. This looks like mixed use. I'll get some more info. Oh, it's going to be a Baptist church, it says. Okay. Hopefully you all are enjoying the scaffolding maze. Instead of corn mazes here, remember when you were a kid, you used to go to the corn mazes during Halloween? In New York City, we don't have that. We just go through the scaffolding mazes. And this is 157, and we now have scaffolding covering 157. Can you guys believe that? We were just here yesterday. The scaffolding comes out of the woodwork faster than the roaches here. Hey, Irish Toker, what's up? I always shout out this artist. He's very talented. He actually does all of the artwork for the Park Hyatt as well. Really incredible pieces. Check them out if you scan the QR code. It's nice pieces. You're now on the corner of 7th Avenue and 57th Street, Carnegie Hall. Let's check out 220 Central Park South. Now this is Alwyn Court. I think I took you guys over here yesterday, didn't I? Alwyn Court is one of my favorite buildings in the city. Beautiful architecture. Yeah, Dave, we were here yesterday. You were supposed to be in Tribeca tonight. Hey, the Sanity Machines. Just cheers to the Sanity Machine channel. Cheers to you. Thank you for your very kind donation. Wow, grand opening. This place has been vacant for years. Looks like we got a brand new bodega in New York. Wish them all the best. I know, we have Sunday night on the stream. We're getting a little bit disoriented here, but ooh, this is a really good shot. Look at that. You have a beautiful American flag and you have 220 Central Park South. It's an awesome shot. This is Central Park Tower and 220 Central Park South. This is behind Central Park Tower. This is actually the private parking garage. So these doors will open, the cars go in, and it's totally private and secluded. Very cool. Hey, Mark Saint says, hey Tom and all. Quote of the night, the scaffolding comes out of the woodwork faster than the roaches around here. That's hilarious. That's so true. The scaffolding does come out. Oh, look at this thing. Whoa, that's a cool car. What kind is this? Maserati. Italian, I guess? Cool. All right, everybody, I think we will wrap it up, pack our bags, and head home now. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Happy Labor Day. If you enjoyed the stream tonight, part 2, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button. We do these walks around New York City almost every night starting at 8:30, and we have now introduced a new dichotomy to the channel. If you want to join us at 6:40 p.m., we will be uploading our daytime exclusive walking tours of New York City. We have an interesting one coming up. And we will also be having my new listing, 74 Grand Street property tour, up very soon. If you want to check out some of our property tours, you can click !23 in the chat, and the Nightbot will drop the link to some of my listings. So take care, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday night, and we'll see you right back here live from the greatest city on earth, New York City, tomorrow. Take care. Have a great week at work. Hawaii, Irish Toker, appreciate it. Cayenne Pacific, John Kelly, thank you so much. Wendy England, Vivian Francesca, Kevin Lanes, Wendy England again, Mr. G, Robert, A-Scan, FredX, God bless you as always. Joan K, there's always a bull market somewhere. You just need to know where to look. God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America. Take care.